Hello, Facebook friends. Today I'm working on a 48 by 30 inch canvas, and I'm doing a painting that is one of my signature pieces. Something that I kind of developed and thought of, made, and done a whole series around this particular painting. Of course, I do all the edges, continuing the painting around the edges. And if you're curious, I'm working with acrylic paint, and I'm using a palette knife for my tool today. Usually it's a palette knife, sometimes it's a brush. Good morning, Margie, Alexandria, thanks for watching. This is a bit more of an abstract take on one of my pieces. A little less literal. A little more dream state type of piece. And as I go down here to make these bumpy spots, I'm just bouncing my knife along my stroke there. Already run out of white. So I've got my windows open, I can hear birds chirping. It's a nice day to paint. Open up your windows and let the fresh air in. I'm experimenting with the times that I do my live videos. Normally Thursdays I was doing 5 o'clock, but it was touchy, and it was going on a black screen, and I was losing people because the video time maybe at 5 o'clock was too heavy with all the amount of people online. So I'm experimenting with an earlier time today. We'll see how that goes. If you're watching, tell me where you're watching from and how the quality of video is at the moment. Thanks for tuning in. So this is a signature piece from my collection of works that I kind of came up with. It was an accident. Happy accidents happen when you're painting all the time. And it became a series of works that I created that people seem to really like. So it'll develop as I go along. It's more of an abstracted piece than a literal piece. Abstract artist, but my pieces end up having an abstracted look to them. So I'm just bouncing along my knife to get these fun shapes as I stroke down the canvas. I'll try and bounce back and forth from looking at comments and questions back to painting. It's hard to do both at the same time. So I'll do this for a bit and then I'll come and look at some of the questions. Tell me where you're watching from, what time it is from where you're watching from. It's always fun to see where people are tuning in. So also to comment on time of day that works for you for watching live videos. I was doing 5 o'clock Thursdays. It was a good time. Lots of people were online watching, but the bandwidth, I guess, and all the people online was creating some issues with my video not working in the middle of everything, and I was losing my audience. So we'll try this earlier time and see if that works. I use lots of paint on this style. So I'll be refilling my palette many times as I go. Tell a friend to watch with you. Oh, someone's watching from Ontario at 1:46 in the afternoon. You like this time? Good. I like that. Yeah, sometimes some people are day people, some are evening people. Trying to catch the most people online. Only minor buffers, good, from Leduc. Slight delay, but not bad, okay. And if you had experienced watching me at 5 o'clock, was there better, tell me if you noticed, if this is better time for the buffering situation, if 5 o'clock is better, or if this time of day is better, or if it doesn't make any difference. So yeah, maybe if you've seen me both do both, tell me what's better on your end. Lots of layers. Video's not too bad. Okay, from Edmonton. Thanks, Carol. This time's better for you, Rose. All right. Okay, thanks, Shelly. Thanks for the input. If your screen looks a little dark, just brighten up your screen a little bit too, see if that helps the video quality. So now I'm about to do the grass coming out at the bottom. So yes, this is a field of flowers. A little more on the abstracted side. So I'm kind of mixing the sky with the grass as I'm going wet on wet with my knife. Not waiting for anything to dry, I'm just mixing it right in. And And I'm using the edge instead of the flat side for the grass. Tops of the grass. Ah, thanks, Jose. This is a French name. Thanks, I'm glad you like watching me. This is awesome. You know, my studio is just south of Sherwood Park. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, I live quite close to the highway. It's a skip and a jump from Sherwood Park. Maybe tag a friend to let them know what you're watching. You can also start watch parties, I've heard. You can click watch with a friend and let people know what you're watching and they can watch along with you. Okay, I need to mix more green already. It's that quick. It's needing more color. So I saw this comment this morning on Facebook. Someone was asking, what are you doing to stay connected to the arts? What's important to you in the arts in this season? How are you staying connected to the arts during this season in the world? And there was all these different comments, and one of them was, we don't need art, we need firemen. And so I wanted to start a conversation with you all to hear what your thoughts are on that. So yeah, the comment was, it felt kind of aggressive that we don't need arts, we don't need artists, we just need firemen right now. And so that kind of got me a bit riled up. So I wanted to hear what you thought. So share your thoughts here in the comments if you want to talk about it. I have opinions about what that comment was, and I think it's a pretty ignorant thing to say that we don't need the arts and we don't need artists right now. We just need essential teachers, healthcare workers, firemen, all of those. So of course, they are very important, and of course we need them. But to say that we don't need artists in this time is pretty ridiculous, I think. So the reason I say that is because I wanted to say to that comment, so are you telling me that, you know, you don't spend any of your time listening to music, which was created by artists? You don't have anything pretty on your wall created by artists. You don't watch movies also created by artistic, creative people. The house you live in, designed and created by an artistic person. Anything that you do has creative stuff involved in your life. And so to make comments, the clothes you wear, a designer made those clothes. An artist designer made those clothes. So are you telling me by saying art is not important right now, artists aren't important right now, are you saying, I feel you're saying that movies aren't important, music's not important, you don't think about the clothes you wear, you don't think of any kind of entertainment is important. That's what you're saying. So please share what your ideas and thoughts are on that. Of course, art is not necessarily a need, an essential need to survive. But to say that art and artists aren't important during this time, I think is absolutely an ignorant thing to say. So share your ideas and thoughts on that. And I'd like to start a conversation. I see that there's comments coming in. I can't read them all instantly at this moment, but tell me what your thoughts are on that, because It made me so mad this morning, but I know not that anyone's entitled to their opinion, of course, but yeah, share your thoughts and ideas on that. So I'll continue on with this piece. And I'm not one to debate. I'm not a debater. I'm not one to start a fight. I just want to start a conversation about what people think about comments like that. So let's talk about that. I'll let you guys talk about that for a second while I continue here. All right. It's funny because when I'm live painting on location and I'm talking to physical people standing beside me, I get all of the comments. I get good, bad, things that make me upset, things that make me mad, things that make me feel good inside. I get all of the comments. So I've had to learn how to sort of like breathe and learn how to respond to all of the comments, good or bad. So I've gotten pretty good at doing that and without causing upset or saying that only my opinion is right. But we are all entitled to a voice and an opinion about things. So anyways, I see one comment here from Shanlin. How much paint do I go through in just one painting on a canvas? I don't know. I refill my palette several times over. I'll move it so you can see. It's hard to say. I go through in a month 2 to 4 gallons of paint a month, and I paint. I'm gonna do the math here. 450 paintings a year. So divide that into 1 month. I can't think about math at the moment, but if you do the math that way, I go through a lot of paint, a shocking amount actually. So yeah, I don't think about the amount of paint I'm using. I just take from the palette and place on the canvas. But please continue this conversation about if art is important, if you think art is important in this time that we're going through in life, in the world, or if it's not important. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on that and how that makes sense to you and what that means to you. Yeah, please share. So lots of fun scraping. I like to leave some of that yellow that you can see. So I'm going to do some scraping and you'll be able to see some of that yellow. Okay, just about done this first layer of green. Then I'm going to incorporate some other colors into my grass. This is a very messy piece, which most of my pieces are. Okay, and now I want to crawl this grass up a bit more into the sky. Let's get it on the side of this one too. So now I'm going to incorporate some of the other colors that I want in this grass. I'm going to do some hints of yellow. Big chunks of paint in there. Add some more of that nice blue, that teal color. So I'm kind of holding my knife pretty loosely, more to the front of it, and I'm just letting the color go where it wants to. I'm directing it. I guess I'm putting it where I want it, but it's applying the way it wants to. If that makes sense. I can't control how this gob of paint releases onto the canvas. I can just touch it there, do my movement, and it absorbs the color onto the canvas as it wants to be absorbed. I can see there's lots of comments. I'm happy to see this. I'm gonna have to read through them later. Please tell me if you're just joining. Oh, my hair. What's going on? Here we go. What your thoughts are on if art is important in this day and age right now during COVID. Some comments have been, not to me directly, but that how art is not important right now. Artists aren't important. Only essential healthcare workers, firefighters, teachers, only those people their jobs are important right now. So I saw a comment earlier this morning on Facebook how artists aren't important right now, just essential workers are. So to you, what is an essential worker? What does that mean for you? What do you think about that comment? I think the comment of art is not important right now, artists aren't important right now, that means you're telling me that movies, entertainment, art isn't important, music isn't important to you. You know, your clothes, the design of your clothes isn't important. The design of your home isn't important. Oh, and by the way, the comment that was on there was written on Facebook, Facebook was made by a creative mind, an artist, essentially. So that guy was saying that comment on Facebook. So can you tell how angry I am about that comment? Yikes. How do I get the paint out of my hair? Sometimes I have to use scissors, Chanel. It doesn't come out nicely. I try my best not to get it in my hair. But if there's a big chunk, eventually it comes out. I try not to use scissors, and there's been times where I've had to. Sometimes I just leave it in there and let it grow out. My paint has become my wardrobe. It's gone onto my skin. And then like blob gets in my hair. I just accepted it. I've just accepted it. Art is life and life is art. Thanks, Cedric. I agree with that. I agree with that one. The longer comments I'm going to have to read later. But please share your thoughts. Everyone has a voice and we're all entitled to our opinions, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Is art important in this day and age of COVID? Okay, so here we go with some more of the blue. And the next one I'm going to do, the next color I'm going to incorporate is a bit of my pink. And a bit of red. It's going to be a very vibrant piece, super bright. There's lots of personality in it. Oh, I have so many ideas of things we could talk about after I saw that comment this morning. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna see if I can tilt this a bit more so you can see a bit better. Okay, I want to add some orange in here too. Even when you think of travel, like travel is so important too. And if you think of the places you travel, you go to spend time, I don't know, if you're going on a trip and you're going to museums, and if you're going to see anything pretty, the architecture of a city, like all designed by artists, like art, to say that artists aren't important at any time in life, I think is ridiculous. To say that about anyone's occupation, to say that they're not important, I think is crazy. So yeah, if you're just joining me, tell me your thoughts on what you think, why you think, if it is or isn't, if artists are important during COVID. I saw a comment earlier that made me think about that. So now I'm just adding some more of this beautiful white into the painting here. I need to add some more white. So next I'm going to do the flowers. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some more white, and then I'm going to do something with molding paste. So I'm actually going to bring the flowers out even more than normal to have texture onto my canvas. I'm going to use a thing called molding paste. Molding paste, the kind I'm using today, it dries opaque. So basically I'm going to shape the flower first with the molding paste, and then I'm going to build my color on top of that to give it extra 3D dimension. Okay, white. And I'll apply the molding paste with my knife as if I'm painting the flower in the same shape that I would with the paint. And I don't wait till anything dries. So this is what the molding paste looks like. You can see it's kind of like a pasty gray white color. Thanks, Coral, for sharing your thoughts. I want to read more about this. It's hard to read and paint at the same time, so I'm going to have to come back to your comments in a second. First, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this molding paste. So I'm going to use I'll use this size of a knife, this 1-inch knife, and I'm going to scoop right out of the jar my flowers. So these are kind of like people call them my floating daisies, or they almost look like angels flying. They're meant to be flowers that are sort of floating up towards the sky. So my first one's going to be about right here. So this is going to be thick molding paste that's going to have paint added to it. I wonder if I can what I'm doing here. If I move this, is it gonna fall? Yeah, it's gonna fall. Okay. Or I can use let's see if I can move this closer. Move it in closer. See how close I can get. Here we go. Here's a close-up. I just shortened my space to work in, but so if you can see what I'm doing, how thick that is. And it looks clear in the screen there, sorry. I'm gonna do these giant strokes. So this jar I'll probably have to refill it as I'm working because I'll use so much of it. So this will be extra texture than normal, which is crazy because they already have tons of texture. So you can kind of see there. I want to read Coral's message. Beauty is important. It brings hope and peacefulness. Your art is beautiful. Oh, thanks, Coral. And your hands as they do what they do. I feel the freedom as you pour out what is in you. Woohoo! Thanks, Coral. Keep rocking it. Shake off those that don't get it. You're right. I read comments and I go, okay, well, it's fine. They can have their opinions. It's funny how people's opinions can rock you sometimes, but okay, the next flower is going to go right here. So I'll do this next flower, and then I'm going to do the paint on top so you can see right away what this texture base does to the flower that I'm going to build on top of it. So it's a bit like clay, but it's thinner than that, but it's easy to move around. Ooh, it's so thick. Sometimes they have 5 petals, sometimes they have 4, sometimes they have a number I haven't even counted. It just is what it is. comes out how it wants to come out. So there, that's the building of a flower. And then I have to really play with it to get, I'll close that up and I will grab my next cover, which I will need my brown. Here. So the first thing I'm going to put down is this little bit of brown. I'll do this flower too while I'm at it. Lots of wiping on my butterfly, hey, Shannon? I like that. This one I think is just going to be flowers, but I like the idea. Butterflies, I've done butterfly paintings. I generally don't usually do like ladybugs, butterflies, and things like that because I like to sort of suggest the living creatures that are in the paintings rather than actually painting them in there. Because it kind of makes you go like, oh yeah, I can imagine the butterfly in there painting. I can imagine the, you know, the little ladybug landing or the dragonfly landing. I've actually done many paintings outside and a big, huge dragonfly, like this big, just lands right on the painting and sits there. So cool. Hi, Anne-Marie. Thanks for watching. Hi, Jolene. I'm just reading the comments. Yes, you're right. Art is so therapeutic. It's therapeutic for me and for you watching and for, yeah, psychological stress and mental health and all of that. And it brings us together. We can have a conversation. It's got a lot of, there's so much going on in these like live painting videos and sessions where we can talk to each other. You can see a painting at work. We have community virtually. So I think I agree with you. I think it's so important. Now more than ever, maybe. That's what a lot of other people are saying. Art is more important now more than ever. Now we're going to do some orange first. Some orange in this guy. And some yellow. Every now and then you can hear the geese and the ducks outside. If you can see my pond out there, I've got families of geese and stuff kind of landing on the water. It's so calming and relaxing. Okay, so I'm going to clean off some of that yellow there. Now a bit of white, just for some highlights on the centers of the flowers there. And now I know it looks like I already have white, but look at the difference. So this is just the molding paste. And now this is the white that I'm actually laying on top of the molding paste. See the difference it makes? I know every time I use a new medium, it's scary, but it's also super fun. And you really kind of learn how to hold the knife in all different positions that make sense for the position you're standing in, for the angle that you're working in. You really get used to, you really learn your tools. It's like playing an instrument. At first, when you're learning guitar, your fingers are super sore and they're bleeding and it's uncomfortable. Your muscles are sore, you're not used to it, but then eventually you start to learn, you relax in your methods. Every day as you go, yeah. Okay. See that? How fun that is? Okay, I'm gonna back up again. Or wait, I think, okay, I'm gonna just clean this off. You want to go paint right after this, Coral? Awesome. It is fun. Thanks, Shelly. Yeah, my view is really, 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 it's really nice up here. Okay, I'm just gonna move this back because I'm kind of cramped in between my tower of things holding up my laptop and my easel. I'm just gonna back up again to where I was. Put it back, and then I'll continue with these flowers. Okay, sorry. It's getting a message and I had to respond. Someone's picking up a painting. Okay, now. Continue. I'm just going to turn this a bit more. You can see the full thing again. Okay, now let's get some more of that molding paste out. Okay, actually, I want to do something. I want to create some space here. That's the nice thing about this stuff. You can move it around. I want some of that green in there. Back to my molding paste. Okay, so I want to put a big flower about here. So I never like to have something line up exactly. So if I'm going to start a flower and the top of it is here, I don't want it to match the height of one here. I like it to be all different heights because I like doing it that way. So I'm scooping right from the jar. I don't know if you can hear the birds in the background, but isn't that nice? How do I leave my canvas to dry, Fiona? I just leave it on the easel till tomorrow, and it's mostly dry. Some of the thicker parts need a few more days, but I just let it sit, and it dries pretty quickly. Like acrylics dry within hours. Like the background will dry much quicker than the thick flowers. So this is the molding paste again. Just adding some texture to my flowers, more texture even than normal. My paints are heavy-bodied acrylic, but the molding paste is fun to play with. Extra texture. Even more right there. Woo. Just like that. Super, super thick. And then I want a few more little flowers. Oh, more comments about that. Yes, thank you, Helen. Art inspires us to thrive for a greater ideal. Whether or not art is relevant depends on the viewer. You're right. There are many forms of art, and the more art that is produced and displayed, the more opportunities the public has to discover a medium they enjoy. You're right. I like that. I guess what the thing that made me upset was to say that we don't need artists at all, especially during this time. I feel it was very strange of a comment to make, because he's entitled to his opinion. It's just that it's not, you know, there's art in every single thing we do if you look at it from that point of view, and art in any form is important always, I think. Yeah, art is a barrier-free way for several different communities to connect and appreciate creativity and creation. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Donna. I'm glad you like it. If you're curious about the size, it's 30 by 48, 48 tall and 30 inches wide, this piece. And a piece like this goes for, I think it's like 2,200. Trying to remember the sizes of my prices. All right, I'm gonna put another flower right here. Just a littler one. About like that big. One, two. I'll do 3, 1, 2, 3 littler guys in here. It's all about balance. Gotta have good balance in the painting here. And in life, right? Good balance in life and in art. So much paint, so much paint. Maybe one more little one, and then I'm gonna do the white, or do the centers of it, the whole thing, of all the flowers. And I'm gonna do this one right here. Okay, those are nice. I like those. And now centers. Art is good stress reliever and good therapy. I agree, Margie. It is. Loveline says, hello. How long have you been painting? My whole life, but it's been my career for almost 17 years. 16 and a bit, almost 17. What was I doing? Okay, sorry. I'm gonna do the orange now. Getting orange. I guess I could have done brown, but okay, we'll do orange. I like doing this part here because it makes it look like the flowers are smiling. So I'll do this little thing and this little thing. Flowers are smiling. Smiling flowers. I saw a funny thing this morning on Facebook. What a dog looks like. A photo of a puppy when you're looking at him, and a photo of the puppy when you say good boy. So if you happen to see that, it's super cute. All of a sudden when they say good boy to the dog, he smiles. But then if you say it to a cat, the cat had the same like deadpan face. So funny. Okay, so now more orange here. So So if you've just hopped on to my video here, a lot of people are discussing the importance of art during COVID, if it's important or not, and why. And I saw someone post something how we don't need artists during COVID, we just need firefighters and essential workers and things like that. So that comment made me think about, we should have a discussion about that. Tell me your thoughts and opinions on if you think art is important. I think you must think it is important because you're watching this video. An opinion that artists are not right now. I think we should talk about that. I'll have to come to your comments in a bit. So share your ideas and comments on what you think about that comment. I'm just going to go up here and read one back. I'm going to rewind up here. Oh, what do people say? If it weren't for artists, Shelley says, those of us who aren't fire people try to do our best to stay home and keep people safe. Artists painting like you, writers, videographers, musicians, people would be seriously suffering mental health worse than they could be already. Good point, Shelley. Ray says art is an important expression of spirit and brings joy and inspiration to the world. We always need it. I agree. Thanks, Ray. Kate says artists give us a beautiful window to the world. We always need beauty and hope, especially now. Yes, I agree. The underlying theme in all paintings is hope. So that's always what I want to put out there. So yeah, I'm glad that you agree and say that. That is awesome. Brian Ross says we always need the arts. It provides comfort and calm in times of chaos like a pandemic. And he says, thank you, Giselle, as I watch and listen to music. Awesome. I actually tried to put on my music for the video so that I could have music for the video, but my Bluetooth wouldn't connect. Oh, the joys of living in the country with connections. Oh, man. Artsy B Creation says, I agree that art is important, even during this time. There's creative process in everything. I agree. Shelley says, art is very much a need. Beauty and expression is necessary in our lives, especially when we are surrounded by such negative news all the time. It's a nice break, right? It's also a distraction, and it's a reminder that, you know what, there is a pandemic going on in the world. It is very serious, but guess what? It's not the only thing going on in the world. Like yesterday when news came on, they were talking about something else, and my 10-year-old son said, Mom, it's a miracle. They're not talking about COVID. And it's like, we need to be informed. We need to know what's going on. But we also just need a break and a reminder that life continues and there's other things happening, and I'm not going to let that be all consuming to every thought and every thought and thing I do throughout my day. Shannon says, I think art is important no matter what type it is. Without it, we would have no beauty, and I also think it has a lot to do with therapy for people going through hard times, mental health, anxiety, and depression. I think a lot of people need to find ways to express themselves, and usually the best way to do that is on canvas or paper. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to get back to painting. Here we go. So, back to the flowers, the yellow parts. So share with me your thoughts on if art is important right now, if artists are important right now. In all this talking, I should do the side edge. I'm just going to quickly do this side edge. Very quick. My process is very intuitive. I don't think about it too much. I do it, assess it, work at it till I like it, and then I'm finished. So this guy is going to have a bit here, and this guy's going to have a bit here, here, and here. It's a bit of a dance, right? So I'm going to go over top that molding paste that I laid down now with my white on the petals. It just adds that much more extra layer of interest and texture. It's kind of like a dreamy painting, a dream state painting. And sometimes when it looks too perfect, when lines are too perfect, I like to kind of come in and mess them up a little bit. So I'm going to do a bit of smushing it, moving it around a bit to make it look less of a line and more natural. Touch those edges a bit. Okay, I want to do another one here. I'm going to run out of molding paste in here. I'm going to have to add some more. Hi, Jenny. Painting Wonder, yes. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, let's see. I want this one. I want to do two little guys over here. This little one. So if you haven't told me where you're watching from, please do. I always like to know where my audience is, where people are watching from, or you're tuning in. What city? If you like this time of watching live painting, or if you prefer later during the day, I'm not going to be able to fulfill everyone's requests, but I'm just testing out to see the quality of my video, if it's better now than it was at 5 o'clock, than it is at 5 o'clock painting times. Okay, I want this guy right here. And I'm going to do one over here. Right here. This is the molding paste layer that I'm doing. Super, super thick. It's going to take a really long time to dry. Well, by tomorrow morning, it'll be mostly dry. Okay, I need to get some more of my molding paste, which is over here. So I take it out of my gallon. A butter knife gets jars open easily. And my spatula, my actual kitchen spatula, gets the paint out of a big gallon and scoop it right into my, whoops, dropping things. It's just easier to hold a smaller jar than it is to work from a big gallon, so I fill this guy up. So I've already gone through one of these jars just for the flowers. I know that's how much paint I go through. Okay, that's a good amount. Clean the edges up. It's like working with cake icing or something. Seal it up. And then I'm going to mix some more white soon too. Oh, San Francisco. Oh, hello. So Coral's watching from Spruce Grove. Heather says, interesting how one's opinion can change through life. You have had art in your life from a young age. Some people have yet to realize the benefits of art. You're right. You're right, Heather. I like that. Jenny says, just got to Didsbury. Not what you expected. Hey, oh, no. That's cool, Jenny. Cedric's watching from San Francisco, California. That's awesome. What time is it there? Oh, thank you, Chantel. I'm watching the painting progress. It's gorgeous. Thanks, Chantel. Thanks for watching. So right now I'm just doing my texturizing for with my molding paste. So this is just adding extra texture to my flowers, and then I'll do the painting on top of it. Painting colors of the flowers on top. I'm gonna do it over here. So I'll finish up these with my molding paste, and then I'll come in a few minutes with the color. It's kind of mixing in with the color already, but that's okay. So this one kind of has a bit of an uplifting. Do the things this way. One more over here. So I can shape that better when I get my actual paint on it. How does that feel for balance? I think I want one right here. I feel like it needs one. Kind of going this way. You start with the plan and then it kind of goes where it wants to. Kind of get the layout, and then you can change things, add things as you go. See, I've almost gotten halfway through this jar already, and I just filled it. $12:38, going for about an hour. Hopefully you're still interested in watching and sticking around. It's 11:37 in California. What's the temperature in California today? Edmonton, it's pretty nice out today. It's a bit overcast. I'd say it's about 17, 18 degrees right now. So now I'm gonna add my white onto my palette. So I think I might tune in again at 5 o'clock tonight, Edmonton time. I just am doing a date to do my live videos. So we'll do 2 today. 70 degrees, what's that in Celsius? It is beautiful out. I'm sure it is more beautiful in California. Well, different beautiful. How about we say that? Different beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to make my flower smile again with this little mark I'm going to make over here and down here. Make them pop a little bit. You can see those. Next, my orange. I think I might add touches of gold on this one too. All right. And maybe let me know how you discovered my work. If you're following from a different city, I'd love to know how you found me. Is it just through Facebook? Maybe a friend of yours started following me and then you found me too, just from there, from them watching and following me. It's good to know what's working. Can you see me down here? Okay. It's pretty physical, up and down and up and down. So much paint. Oh yeah, this is looking nice. I quite like this. Okay, now clean off the brush a bit with some more texturizing. And now the white. Almost done this painting. Took about just over an hour. Everything I'm painting, of course, is for sale. This one is 30 by 48 inches, retails for $2,200, I believe. I might be off by $50, I'm sorry. But everything I paint goes on my website. It's giselledenis.com. Sizes and prices are listed there. If you see something you like, of course I ship worldwide. I even take special requests. Meaning if you're looking for a painting a certain size, or you have a wall that needs something, but you're not sure what would go there, you can take a picture of your wall, send me a picture of the wall and the dimensions, and I can help you with placement of a piece, and you can tell me what you're looking for. Coral asks, are most of your paints golden? Yes, they are. Oh, you had tickets to my show in December about the snowstorm. You know what? I am going to be doing another open house, studio open house. I'm not sure when. Whenever we're allowed to open up again is when I'm going to have one. Usually I do one in July and one in November, and or December, but usually November. And this year I might be forced to do the July one virtually. So I'm going to tune into Facebook Live again and give you a tour of my studio. And I'm going to go to each painting that's for sale and talk about it if there's questions, and try and make like several hours of a live studio tour on that day. So I'll keep posted or keep checking back to see, Coral, what that'll look like, and I have to come up with different ways to do it. But it's nice to be able to talk back and forth this way. So yeah, it's really. Cedric said my next project will be water. I love bodies of water, so relaxing and therapeutic. I know I love painting water, and I have this way. This is a pond behind me with ducks floating on it. And one time I was just doing some yard work and stuff, and I heard this giant splash, and I looked over and a moose was sitting in the water and stood up out of the water, and all the water was coming off of his antlers. He was like taking a bath in my pond, and he just stood up, and then he walked right over to me. Like I was painting my son's play structure actually, and he walked over to me and, well, about 20 feet away, and just stood there looking at me. We had a stare off. It was awesome. So we get lots of wildlife out here. Okay, what was I doing? I'm gonna, do some more of this texturizing on the white on my petals. Here. And it needs a bit of white there. So what else does this painting need? I think I like a bit more of this dark to kind add a bit more. And then I'll stand back and have a look and see if I like that. A bit better. Usually the painting tells you what it needs while you're working on it. You can stand back and get better perspective. Just give it some time and look at it. And with acrylics, it's nice. You can just keep adding more paint. If you don't like something, add more paint to take away something you don't like. So yeah, some of that I like, some of it I don't. So I'm going to come back in where I added a bit too much. Now I'm going to add a little more texture. So I got a huge amount. See that? So a big stroke coming down. Hi, Pamela. Oh, it's been forever since I've seen you. How are you doing? It's good to see who's watching, tuning in. Adding some more texture. Big hints of green. More red over here. Down here. Shannon says, add more purple. Yeah, I just have a little hint of purple in there. Just a little. I'm actually going to add some gold. A little bit of gold. Actually, some more. I haven't added the gold yet. Going to do some gold first. So I'm just about done. If you have any more questions, put them up there. And if I missed you or missed your comment or anything, I usually go back and respond to all the comments after the fact. Bit easier if you're a musician and you're performing and you can face the screen and answer questions while you're performing or after you're singing. I got to keep looking at my canvas. Coral says, 2 geese just landed behind our house in the pond. Oh, just love how they announce their arrival. Yes, I love that too. It's so calming and relaxing. A little more red. Yeah, I did. Did you see that, Carol? I added more red. It's actually a little bit hard to see from the screen. How's the video quality, everybody, at this point in the process? I've been on for an hour and 9 minutes, so I just wanted to see if the quality of video is pretty good. This time of day, I don't know if this is better than 5 o'clock in the evening. I'm trying it out. So I think I'll tune in again at 5 p.m. tonight to do this again and see if there's more people online and if the quality of video changes. Thanks for watching, Cedric. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Shannon. I'm glad you like it. So yeah, I'm just going to add a little more texture and then we'll be done. So I'm going to do that gold I was talking about because everybody loves gold. I don't know about that, but I like to add some touches of gold. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's just nice to put some of that in there. Oh, no lagging. Good. And Coral, have you watched me at 5 o'clock? Was there lagging then? And I know there was lagging then. Is video quality better at this time of day? I'm just checking out what works best. Yeah, I quite like that. I think I'm going to add a little more yellow and red to this side. Some more yellow down here. And a little more blue. Oh, it's been lagging a bit. Oh, too bad. I think it's gonna lag no matter what I do or what time of day. It's the acreage living, so I'll just have to hang in there with me. And yeah, I'm sorry that it lags, Shannon. And Josie says you have to work in your garden. Oh, you'll start painting again. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, we do need more art in our lives, Josie. Thank you. I read once that the earth laughs in flowers. Oh, I love that, Shelley. I've read that too. Your paintings make me agree. Yeah, they're smiling, aren't they? I added little smiles to the painting. So I'll give you a close-up view of it. I'll kind of come in here. Oh, I see a piece of, I see, just one sec before I do that. I see a little bit of blue that dripped onto I got onto one middle of my flower there. I'm gonna fix that real quick. See, that's the easy thing that you can do with acrylics. You can fix stuff fix little mistakes. You all probably didn't notice that happened, but I did. So now, here, I'll try and give you a close-up. Coral says, oh, that yellow pops, as does the turquoise blue. I feel like a breath of fresh air has just poured over me. Thank you. Oh, that is so nice, Coral. Thank you. I love that. Here, I'll give you a close-up. I'll try and come in and do a little bit of a see the close-up. Oops, I should unplug my laptop before I drop things. So here's some close-ups, views of it. This is really hard to do with a laptop. Where am I going? Over here. There we go. So I haven't come up with the name with it yet, but I will. And I'll be doing again a live video at 5 p.m. tonight. So tune in then, tell your friends. And I do these kind of periodically throughout the week, but I'm being consistent with Thursdays, playing with 11:30 and 5 p.m. So thanks for watching, everybody. And I really appreciate your comments on why art is important during COVID. If you think it is important, if artists aren't important, why, what your thoughts are. I'm assuming you think they are because you're watching this video. Thanks, Shelley. You love the depth, the real shadows in 3D. They jump off the canvas. Yeah, it totally does. I should show you one side view if you can see the thickness, if I can bring it close enough. Kind of see that, how thick it is. So there you have it. Oh yeah, you can see the thickness there. From Winnipeg, yay! Thanks, Paige, for watching. Sorry if you're just tuning in now, but I'm just gonna sign off now for till 5 o'clock tonight. So I will be back at 5. If I'll see you there, great. If not, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Awesome, guys. You can keep writing comments and I can hop on and comment later too. But thanks for watching. I'll see you later.